Hi, my tubies. Hi, my tubies. Sheila True Love. And today we're going to talk about why you should never, ever go back to a narcissist. First things first. Take a look at my face here. Do I look like I'm unhappy without the narc? Do I look like my life has gotten better without the narc? Yes, it has tremendously. Life is sweet. Now, I thought I would share with you why you should never go back with a narcissist. It's important to note that narcissists can be male or female. Let's just clear that up straight up. And in our society today, there is a growing evidence that there are more and more of them coming out each and every day. They're being exposed. Narcissists are self consumed people who do not care for other people unless you are fulfilling a need for them. If you're giving them something, doing something for them, what's in it for me? You know how that goes. Okay, I don't have to go further. Anyway, here's why you should never go back. Here we go. First of all, you want to keep your standards, okay? That's something they don't have. Standards. Basically, whenever you go back to a narc, let me tell you what you're telling them. You're telling them that they are worth it and you're worth nothing. That's why you're going back. I'm not worth much. Okay, then. You're worth everything and I'm nothing. You're everything and I am nothing. Yeah, right, sure. Never me. You will become like them. This is the next reason why you shouldn't. Unhappy and shallow. The more you stay with a person who has low values, the more you will become like them. These are not happy people. No narcissist ever is. So by being with them, you will become exactly like them. You ever heard that saying, the longer you look into the abyss, it will look back at you? Don't risk changing who you are for a person who's not even worth it. Believe me when I tell you, they're never worth it. They're not. Next, they do not care about you. You're nothing more than an extension of them. At all times, it's important for you to know that they view you only as an extension of them. They will never, please hear me when I tell you, they will never respect you. When they need something or feel that they are losing control of you, check this out. This is what they do, and I'm sure you've experienced this too. They'll become really caring and sweet, but you have to remember that this is designed to recapture you as their victim. If you don't give them what they want when they want it, you'll notice, check this out, they be all sweet and everything until they ask you for something and you tell them no. Have you noticed that they get very angry and they'll try to treat you and make you feel like you're worthless, or they'll punish you with some violent behavior or actions that will hurt you emotionally? Can you relate to me? Can I get a high five on this? Another reason you should never go back to these clowns, and I do call them clowns, the circuses in town. Okay, you lose sight of your goals and your dreams, and your focus starts to fade. When you're with these people, you end up being so consumed by their lies and their deception that you try to figure it out. And they notice. That's why they do it. They will use it to make themselves feel great. The problem is when you end up trying so hard to figure them out and make things right, you end up losing sight of your dreams and your goals. When this happens, you feel like you're going nowhere and you tend to end up in a depressed and a helpful, helpless state. So it's important for you to know, don't lose focus of your dreams and your goals. Don't lose your standards and your great abilities, because that's playing right into their hands. That's what they want. Next, you lose your healthy rituals. Let's think about the rituals you have. God knows I have rituals. I do. I get up at a certain morning. I get up at 5:30 in the morning. I do my Bible reading. I have rituals. I mean, come on. I have my books to write. I'm a writer. Best Information Before Leaving Earth by Sheila True Love. It's on Amazon. Feel free, darlings. I love you. Anyway, you lose your healthy rituals. This is similar. It's the same almost as losing your dreams and your goals. When you are so consumed by them, you stop doing what you usually do, and you try to please them, or you spend time with them so that you are not affected by them. Sorry. You don't want them to get angry, so you try to spend as much time with them so they want whatever. They know this, and they are experts at confusing you and making you run after them and figure them out. These people are the classic Houdinis, and they're the experts at making you lose your focus. But he can never make me lose my focus. I'm a Capricorn. I am so focused, it's unreal. That's one of the things we're known for. The way I pay attention to stuff is admirable. It's something that you should write a book about or take notes, whatever. Anyway, let's think about this also. Your health fades. Again, because you're so consumed by them and confused by them, you lose focus on how to even eat healthy. Especially when they behave in a manner that hurts you or it breaks your trust. You know how when they are sexually promiscuous behind your back, how they cheat. That leaves you, first of all, in a state of shock. I wasn't in shock. Nah. He seemed a little grimy to me, somewhat. Anyway. But some people are in a state of shock, disbelief, they're hurt, and this makes them feel worthless. And they're uncertain about trusting people. And then they got to think about whether they want to reconcile with him or should I take revenge, you know, and a lot of other feelings that impact your ability to eat healthy and treat yourself with respect and to treat yourself with the love that you deserve. You know, I'm just so fortunate. I had a family who loved me like crazy. My son is nut job about me. My daughter, please, yeah. You try to hurt her mom, and it's a wrap. Her and I, we don't see eye to eye on a lot of things, but go ahead and try to hurt her mother. You're done, son. You're done. Anyway, next is you become unhappy. Think about that. This is another reason why you should never return back to these narcissistic clowns. You become unhappy. By being in the presence of these emotional vampires, you become like them. Have you noticed that? You're unhappy and unhealthy as you lose everything that you held to be important. You become disillusioned about life. The more and more you try to control the situation and you try to control them, the more you spiral out of control. Their lives are not even in control. Think about that. Their lives are not in control. They try to make it appear that it is, but trust and believe, sweetheart, that's far from the truth. Don't get sucked in, because in the end, you're the one that's going to end up unhealthy and unhappy. Next, you're at risk of health issues. We have got to take care of our health. Really, get real. These narcissists are not loyal, and they will do anything to get a fix of narcissistic supply. This means that they'll get it from wherever, whoever, whatever, even if it means getting sex on the side regularly. If you have a feeling that this clown is cheating on you, and God knows I had that feeling in my stomach, I knew it. Then trust me, if you have that feeling, that's your intuition. What is intuition? That's God talking to you. That's God talking to you. Okay? If you believe this and you have this feeling, then it's probably true. And please don't think for the life of you, don't think that you can change them. They will not be sorry for what they've done. They don't. And they will not change. Imagine for a moment, think about this, if you continue with these narcs. Think about it for a moment. Let's think about that. They cheat like hell. How many sexual partners are they laying up with? And how many diseases will they expose you to? How will that impact your life, your children, and those around you if you contract a deadly virus from these miserable... Oh, God, I was almost ready to use profanity. These people who don't even care about you. I remember my narc, one time, he gave me an STD. Yeah, he did. Anyway, moving on, peeps. We'll talk about that later. Leave your comments at the bottom. We'll talk. Now, next, you will always go through the same process every time you contact them. If you want to, just don't bother. Don't bother. Don't waste your energy. If you waste your time, you waste your life. Life is time. Really. See the clocks around my house. I have nothing but clocks in every room. Every room. Because I am so, how you say, consumed with, no, I don't have, what do they say, those people who are crazy? Anyway, no. But I have clocks in every room of my house. Why? Because I don't like wasting my time. So you always go through the same process every time you contact these clowns. It's alarming how many of us think that we could change these miserable people. We cannot really control anybody else other than ourselves. So we have to keep that in mind. So every time you think you can control them, you end up going through the same process, and they will always still, guess what? Not even give a damn or care about you. They will always, check this out. You know how the game goes. I think you know the ropes by now. They'll treat you like they value you. Here goes. Step one, they'll value you. Then they devalue you. And then they discard you coldly. You know, and let me tell you something when I tell you this, there's no exception to the rule. Don't think, well, it's not going to happen to me. I'm the exception to the rule. There is no exception to the rule, sweetheart. They will discard you. I was fortunate. I'm not fortunate. I'm just not into the BS, man. I discard clowns all the time. I can't put up with it. I don't know how women do it. I don't know how. I don't know how men, with men, well, whatever. But anyway, with men, I mean, look at the male-female ratio. They got the upper hand on that one. Discard this, whatever, and go pick something else. But with women, it's a little harder. How do you manage to put up with the abuse? I don't get it. I don't. They must have really messed up your self-esteem really badly, and that's horrible. And I'm hoping that you will hang out with my channel, and we will build that self-esteem right back up, honey. You hang out with a girl like me? You're right. I'll get you right back where you need to be, where you deserve to be, in your queendom. You are a queen. And next, they will always discard you in the end. You know why? Because they're afraid of love. A person who's a narcissist and they behave in this manner, they have this, these people, when you think about it and give it some thought, they're afraid of love. They're afraid of, guess why? They try to discard you because they're afraid of you abandoning them. So they try to make sure that things end in their terms. Let's talk about how also they always have some type of narcissistic supply on the side to fill that gap within them. They need narcissistic supply. That's like a vampire. That vampire cannot survive without blood. They have to go out and get that blood and suck somebody dry. And sometimes, I don't know, they suck some blood and let the person live. I've seen these vampire movies, before I became a Christian. Anyway, they used to let some people live. Like the woman, they kept her alive. They sucked enough to let her have a little. But then there was other vampires, they sucked people dry. You ever saw that? It looked like they was totally like a dehydrated raisin. I was like, what's up with that? Anyway, I guess it depends on how good of a supply you are, whether they won't suck you dry like a raisin. Anyway, let's all laugh at this, darlings. We have to. We have got to keep our sense of humor. I know it's hard to believe at first that they got some narcissistic piece of garbage on the side. They always have a constant supply of narcissistic supply available. Believe that. Physical sex is the most powerful source of admiration that they have. So they always make sure that they have numerous, check this out, prostitutes and thoughts. What is a thought? T-H-O-T. That hoe over there. That's what that means. So it's foolish of you to think that you can change this. Honey, you can't change it. Garbage is garbage. It is what it is. Come on. It's highly unlikely that a narcissist will change their skin, and the only time they contemplate possibly changing, let me tell you when they think about changing, and that's going to be brief, it's going to be temporary, but they do think about changing when something major happens, like let's say a death of a close one, divorce, like I gave mine. Oh yeah, he was sitting up there in the whirlwind. He couldn't believe what hit him. Or anything that's like a serious life event. Even then, the likelihood of change is very little, and typically they're going to go right back to their same old patterns. So never sweat the small stuff. Don't waste your time or your energy. They're so not worth it. You're beautiful, you're fabulous because you have a positive attitude about you, and you love you. And besides, there's no reason for anyone to be alone anymore in life. Go to the Meetup. Go to your app store on your phone. Get Meetup. I have a women's group that meet at my house every other Saturday. Me and my girls, we all sit here, we talk. We do it all. I have videos that I play from Joyce Myers, Robert Blake, Priscilla Shire. Everything totally positive and uplifting. And we build each other up. We talk about whatever's weighing heavily on their mind. And that's how you do. We ain't got time for this nonsense. No, we don't. The great thing about everything that we've shared here is that you are the one in control. And you have got to understand that. It's up to you to set your standards. Okay? Set those standards high. Educate yourself when it comes to these demonic swine. Come to terms with who you are dealing with. You have to know that. But I want to tell you something that's important. Forgive them so that you do not harbor any anger, because this will allow you, when you forgive them, this will help you to let it go easily. Just let it go easily. Forgive them, darling. You do not have to let them know that you forgive them. Just do it within yourself. Whatever you do, please, I'm begging you, do not take them back. Ever. You have to remember the choice is yours. I hope this was helpful for you. I want you to have a warrior week, and I want you to stay strong, my warriors. I love you so much. You always have a choice. This is Sheila True Love. The choice is yours. Please choose wisely. And until the next time, bye for now.